Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, we are back again with another video about the Doom Tower and about Bommal the Dreadhorn, one of the most hated and quite possibly the hardest, in my opinion, the hardest Doom Tower boss to actually beat. Because of his whole kit being so annoying and resistance requirement being so high. Like I think we need about 800 resistance to resist his placing the balls and strip. Actually, I think the strip cannot be resisted as well. There's plenty of there's more and more like ideas coming out there, and one of the easiest ones that people have come up with is the solo strategies. I mean, you have the all healers ones, which I posted myself. You have the ones where you use the decrease accuracy buff and then extend it with somebody like a Vizier, or you have the Geomancer strategies where you rely on a bit of RNG with Geomancer, or there's some strategies that go full auto. But in my opinion, if you like, unless you already have some champions that that already are built in a certain way so they can be used for this boss in particular, the best strategies in my opinion are using the solo strategies. So after you just have to build one champion and you're good to go. Like that one champion can solo it. Usually it's either on auto or it's on manual. I think it's Samar, Crimson Helm and Templar. So the one that I'm going to showcase today is the Samar solo one. So that one obviously works on 10, on 50 and on 90. I'm not going to show it on 10 and 90. I'm only going to show it on 10 and 50, sorry. I'm only going to show it on 90 because that's obviously the hardest one to do. So this is the team that I'm going to use. I already did the run. I pre-recorded it. I did it yesterday as well just to check and make sure how it works. I'll just show the preset now and then show the run, and at the end we're gonna come back and show the build that we actually used for him. So the preset here that we need is basically for Samar, you want to lock out his A2 and A3. I tried with the A2 as well. A3 definitely you do not want to have open because it doesn't help much. So you just want to leave him to use the A1. There's no books in him, no nothing, so that's really useful. Just want him to constantly keep using that A1 because with that A1 boosting his turn meter, he gets that extra turns to feel to regenerate back in his build. The speed is pretty high, but we're gonna show the build at the end. Also, what I chose to bring in this team was Fushan to help me clear the ways faster. It doesn't have to necessarily be Fushan. It can be anybody else. It can be I get Lady Kimi, or it can be Ursala, like anybody that brings you a good aura, either in all battles or in Doom Tower. I chose to bring my Fushan because I have a build that does some damage, brought in Ghostbone again for some more damage, and it's just a random feint, another champion to die because of the masteries. So I'm gonna let the run go, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna show I'm gonna show you the builds that I have on him, the mastery, and explain the whole idea behind this. So be right back, guys. And we are back. So as you can see, it was full auto. I didn't have to intervene for a second. I just left it there. You saw that Samar killed 3, 4, I think, or even 5 people on the waves, which was really good for his masteries. His damage is obviously pretty high. Didn't have Ghostborn and Fushan with some damage as well. We do not care. The most important thing that we want to have here to try and to get it to work best and avoid any bad RNG is you want to have your champions, apart from Samar, all die on the second wave. If they die on the first one as well, it doesn't matter. But you want to have Samar going into the boss part alone, because otherwise if somebody else survives and goes in there, it depends on the techs. Like you can get some bad techs in there and it's like not as useful. This type of team, honestly, 10 minutes isn't that bad, but it's quite bad compared to other things. So honestly, if you wanted to do to farm this stage now, especially that today we just had let me just close this one off. Like today we have the super raids popping. It's not as bad because basically with 10 minutes you would that would be the equivalent of having 5 minutes for other stuff. You would do this anyway. You would be away from the computer while you would do that. So farming with Samar as a solo strategy would not be a bad idea, and I think this one's pretty reliable. Like I don't think it has that high chance of RNG to fail if you have really good stats. So talking about stats, let's go and check them out. We don't care about the other ones I told you. They're just to do some damage on the waves and die after that, and to proc his mastery. So the build that I have on him is regen with Immortal. You want him to have regen and Immortal because you want to give him as much HP to regenerate back as possible. But at the same time, you do not want to go on full HP. You want to get some defense as well. Like obviously, the more HP and the more defense you can get, the better. The reason why I want some more defense is because you want to be able to sustain the hits from the boss himself. Because the bombs, like the bombs basically do flat out 40% damage to you. However, most of the time you will block both of the bombs, if not at least one of them, because of his passive. Like this is the whole idea behind him being able to solo it. This passive has a 4-turn cooldown and basically places a block damage buff on the champion for until at the start of each round. This doesn't count, but the active effect, which has the cooldown, blocks incoming damage and places block damage. Again, block damage, you cannot get hit. On one turn when they receive a hit, they will drop his HP below 30%. So either one of them or both of them will be blocked from this passive, and as you saw most of the time, you have even one of the bombs placed by Bommal himself that are blocked by this passive. His aura is pretty, I guess his aura would be helpful, but you prefer to get that speed. So the gear, like I said, he's in regen and Immortal, 82k HP, 3.1k defense, 256 speed. From all the strategies that I've seen, most people use, like everybody has built this, and from what I tested myself as well, the best point for Samar to be able to do it consistently and easily is to have him have, after all the masteries and everything, 300 plus speed. So what do I mean about masteries? Let me show you. So he's 256 speed now, then he kills at least 3 people with this mastery, Whirlwind of Death. That's another 18, so 256 plus 18, that's 274 speed. Okay, and then when all the other 3 ones, that's 298, so that's almost 300 speed. Did I do my math right? Oh my god, let me see. I cannot math, so let's just do it simple here. So 256 is base speed, plus the 18 from the Force Mastery, and plus the 24 from this one, so 298. So as close to 300 or over 300. If you go faster, that's not a problem. A little bit faster, it's not going to influence the ticks that much because Bommal has 250 speed. So you already overlap him a bit with the turn meter control with the A1, which is what you need to get back to your passive and to heal more. So the more speed, the better. Obviously, I wouldn't suggest going to like 270, 280, 290 as a base, because you would lose from survivability stats. Like I said, the way that I did it myself is I put in 250 in the optimizer and then survivability, and this is what I got with regen and immortal. Mastery wise, obviously you want to take War Master because you want to do some sort of damage. You want to take Life Drinker because you want to heal a little bit if you fall under 50%, and if you proc the War Master, it helps you heal a bit more. Obviously crit rate, crit damage. Grim Resolve because you're almost never going to be full HP, so you have a higher chance of dropping under. Then some other stuff, like I said, this one, Whirlwind of Death, you definitely wanted to gain that extra speed. And then on the right side, the reason why I took the support tree and I took the healing ones is because, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've seen before, from what I've read and experimented, I've done this build like a few months ago, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 95% sure that these heals actually affect the regen set and the immortal set, not just his skills. So these were really helpful, and again the speed mastery to help him to gain more speed to be able to do it full auto. So this is the build, guys. This is the easiest one, and it's, at the end of the day, let's say it's kind of useful having one champion that everybody hated and always avoided. Like when you got him, you're like, oh my god, not this champion, he sucks. It's kind of nice that we found a niche place for him in the game, and that we don't even need to book him. Like, this is what I'm happy about. We didn't need to book him. We didn't need to book him, and I can use him like once every 3 months when I want to do it once. I just put him in there, get him the regen set, and get it going. If I want to farm it, I could still do it. 10 minutes isn't that bad. It's bad overall, but if you don't have any better options, it's better than nothing if you want to farm that set from Bommal, right? Anyway, this is it for the video today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this is helpful for you. Reason why I specifically wanted to do this, I know there's plenty out there. There's been some updates, and I had several people ask me, okay, does it still work? Does it still work? Is this still fine? So I said, might as well make the video. So this is it for today, guys. I've blabbered enough. I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Love you all. Take care, guys. Goodbye.